Before diving into the details, I'd like to give a disclaimer that this course or my videos in general may not be for you. Let me explain. So in commonly used textbooks like Genki series, Minano Nihongo, or Learn Japanese from Zero, they tend to focus on speaking, communication using that language. And the approach is some more on practical stuff that learners can use for communication, at least in the classroom. And because of that, grammatical concepts tend to be introduced in the order of practicality, not in the order of relevance or anything. And they do introduce in a piecemeal manner. That might make it make it harder for the learners to grasp the whole picture of how Japanese grammar works in general. And another thing I noticed from those textbooks is that sometimes difficult concepts are oversimplified so that they won't scare away the learners, or put it more positively, so that learners won't be stressed out in the course of learning. And as for what I'm going to do in these videos is to focus on reading comprehension. And I'm going to try to provide a consistent grammatical understanding. I'll try to give you a whole picture of how Japanese grammar works in general. And I will try not to compromise grammatical accuracy for the sake of lowering hurdles, so to say. Of course, I'll give you sentencing examples as I go, but please note that they are simply to help explain grammar, not because they are practically useful in daily life. So there are pros and cons, of course. And for this one, the learners can get to have simple communications as they go little by little, but maybe later on they might struggle when things get more complex, because if the grammatical understanding is less less clear. Of course, you can also adjust after going through these textbooks to deepen your understanding of the grammar, but you have a hard time anyway in the later. And then on the other hand, in my course, you probably won't be able to speak so much, uh, even though you finish some of my lessons, because they are not really practical. So until you finish all the basic stuff, you won't be really able to make have communications. But later you will have an easier time, because you're more likely to have a clear-cut understanding of the grammar, so you can adapt more smoothly to making more complicated sentences. So you like my lessons if you simply like grammar, or you're already a multilingual and if you want to simply fast track the basic stuff, or you intend on reaching the advanced level and further. But if you may not like my lessons, if you are simply interested in having basic conversations in Japanese, or not really sure how far you can go in the learning, how far you really want to go in the learning. So here's the disclaimer.